Hello and welcome to a new video from Game Informer. We're still showing off Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Jeff Cork.
Hey buddy, how's it going?
Real good. I'm Ben Hansen. We went on the wonderful trip to Capcom a while ago to check out this game, but we wanted to show off some gameplay of actually fighting or hunting, as someone put the Barioth here. So to help us out, the expert here, we have Dantak.
Hey everybody, good to be here.
You have not played this game yet, is that correct?
I have not.
But you're a big World fan and series fan.
Absolutely.
We also have Leo Vader for color commentary.
Blue.
You got it. Here's a Barioth. Look at this, everybody. We've wanted to show them off for a long time. When we were at the studio, what, 2.5 months ago or something? Clark?
Yeah.
In Osaka, Japan. I don't know if you remember that.
Osaka, Japan?
Osaka, Japan.
I was there.
Yeah. So we actually got to capture this gameplay, and it's been embargoed till now, which I understand is frustrating for everybody, but it's frustrating for us too. And so this is actually a designer for Capcom playing here.
Okay.
But along with him, we have, let's see, who is it? I believe it's also Yuri from Capcom, and then also Jeff Cork and myself.
Oh, you guys are here too?
It's true.
Yeah, if you see
I'm
somebody...
assuming Jeff is Jeffy.
It's true.
Correct.
I'm really good at this.
Yeah. And Swan Sorrow is my sweet code name on the streets.
All right.
So if you see somebody blowing it with the insect glaive...
I gotta remember. Of course you would. Of course
Yeah.
you'd play with glaive. All right.
Yeah.
So
They took him aside afterwards and said, please don't ever use the insect glaive again, sir.
I'm really curious to see what you can do. Like, so the glaive is still a rodeo-centric weapon, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
It's not my first one.
but everybody can sort of drive the monster now with the clutch claws.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see that in a little bit
Okay.
because believe it or not, this Capcom developer, when they're not trying to stand back and let us just kind of steer the fight, they can really beat the crap out of this thing and steer it more than you'd expect.
They let us pose with the corpse at the end for the photo.
That's good.
That's basically what happened.
Good.
That really was. That's the entire Capcom experience with Monster Hunter. It's just a little bit of a safari going through this thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I can imagine it's intimidating. It's always intimidating fighting a monster for the first time when you don't know its moveset.
Exactly.
You don't know what consumables you should be using.
You're playing with the people who designed it.
Oh, gosh.
That's always fun, isn't it?
And also, I mean, this is before E3, and so they were seeing how many challenges we had fighting the monsters along the way to tweak the E3 build. I know Barioth wasn't in the E3 build, but just for a point of reference here. So what do you remember from fighting Barioth back in the day, Dantak?
Not much, to be honest with you.
Yeah. He didn't stand out to you too much?
No.
There's a lot of lovers out there.
Everybody, I will say that everybody in the Monster Hunter community that I'm aware of, we all have our favorites. This guy's not one of mine.
Okay.
So he's probably somebody I killed 5 or 6 times and then just moved on because I probably didn't want to set or whatever, what have you.
Okay, what about with this level of fidelity, though? Because they really rebuilt him since the last time we saw him.
As I've always said, World took the Monster Hunter series exactly where I always dreamed it would go. Back on the console and living large. I don't want to play it on handheld anymore.
Oh, no.
And I know the Monster Hunter community hates me for that, and that's fine.
Right.
But I have played a lot of those on my my 3DS, and I get what's called clutch claw in real life after playing for hours.
It's amazing you can make a fist anymore.
It really is. So, and not only that, I think, people complain about the difficulty level and the lack of G rank in World, and it's just easier than the other titles. I think that's sort of the point of this expansion, right? The kid gloves are off.
Now it's all Master Rank, baby.
We're going to have real Master Rank stuff.
Goodbye G Rank, hello Master Rank.
Right, which is, from what I understand, sort of the same thing.
Yes.
There's a variant there. We covered that in a new Gameplay Today episode.
Yes.
Also went live around the same time on GameInformer.com.
But
also YouTube.
The biggest thing about World for me is that I finally got people who I could never sell Monster Hunter on to come play with me, and in fact now they're like the biggest advocates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like they're like, yeah, Dan, come play World with me. I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah.
These are people I've been trying to get to play Monster Hunter for like years, literally years.
People like stuff that is good and fun.
Isn't that crazy how life works that way?
Yeah.
So Barioth, it's a cool design. I love just how frenetic he is. Like, we'll beat the crap out of him here. And we're actually splicing together a couple of fights. They'll be jumping ahead to show a different weapon here right about now.
Whoa, there we go. That's a hunting horn,
They
right?
had to show it off. One of Jeff Cork's
whale
new
of
loves
one.
in life.
I can't stop thinking.
Really,
about
Cork,
it.
you play the horn?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the horn.
That was one of the weird beats on the trip. We had a little bit of downtime, so Yuri from Capcom's like, all right, Jeff Cork, let me teach you how to use this hunting horn.
It's a weapon I always like to check out in the game, and then I never end up mating it though.
Yeah.
So this area here, here we go. Just beating the crap out of this SOB.
That's what we do here. We hunt
Poor
monsters.
little kitty. Oh, the entire level's going to fall apart, but nay, not today.
Levolution.
Says Gyoza.
So they're still leaning into those environmental effects for those quick moments that you can abuse. Nice.
The snow and ice stuff looks great.
Yeah, I also love just like the setting sun in this environment. I think it looks beautiful.
Like there's been so many cool like snow critters and Monster Hunters that I'm just wondering how many are going to come back.
Yeah.
As I've already mentioned, I'd really like to see Kezu. You know, I love that thing.
Obviously, the community's dying for it as well.
And whatever the big mastodon thing was called, I don't know its name, but I farmed the crap out of that thing.
Not a popo.
It's a giant woolly mammoth kind of
Okay.
critter, and it's hardy, and it makes
Yeah.
hardy gear, and I'm a guy who likes hardy stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
You know,
Soup.
Yeah, when you get that soup, you want chunks in it. So that's the kind of gear that he makes.
And that's what they're hoping to deliver with Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Fun fact is Jeff Cork and I in this exact environment also fought Velkhana, who's a
Yes.
legendary dragon.
Yes.
We don't have gameplay to show off, which is very frustrating. I understand that. But yeah, so Velkhana was standing right in this area as well, and one of our favorite details is the fact that you just walk up to it. It doesn't care about you. It's on
Yes.
another level of existence. It looks down
it's
its little
another
snout
dragon.
at you. Yeah.
And from what is it the pen? You know, the big fight?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, unclear. They say, it's maybe
Unclear.
not the hardest, you
Right.
know, but it is the key monster this time around. It's gonna be on the box art, everything like that, and
Right.
it looks beautiful, and it makes like ice walls. It's very May from Overwatch, and you kind of have to navigate those as you try and take it
It
out.
says sorry every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it says time to raise my API, and then it blows up.
Yep.
Mhm. All right, jumping
That's
ahead.
Diva, just for those who I'm not. I know who that is. Okay, I'm not saying that's me.
You got it. Jumping ahead towards the end of the fight here, when this thing's a little bit more winded, the crap has thoroughly been beaten out of this Barioth.
May not
Yeah.
have its fangs anymore. It's not.
And this guy's
Yeah,
twirling the
yeah.
horn quite well.
Yeah. Breaking its fangs off this poor thing, because they explained it has the long fangs so it can dive into the hide of the
Yeah.
popo, which are like
Yeah.
some of the lower end of the food chain things wandering around the Hoarfrost Reach, which is the new region of the game, which is going to be unlocking throughout the story
Right.
between 3 different
Yeah.
environments
And-
within
and from what-
Hoarfrost Reach.
And from what you guys have told me, these monsters are also going to show up in non-frosty areas too. Is that
Well,
correct?
it's a little bit
Um,
confusing because it seems like Bombaro, who's kind of like the big moose charging guy, they said that he can roam outside of Hoarfrost Reach. But they also said that about half the story for Iceborne will take place
Yeah.
on the old continent, which is not something I was expecting, but
As long as we don't have to go get a bunch of tracks.
that's
I
true.
hate those. Yeah, good
damn.
job.
That's
well
the thing
done.
that we did.
There we go. That's Barioth, everybody. We're happy to show the gameplay off finally, and thanks for following along to our month of coverage for Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
See you in the Reach.